Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NHL hockey previews and predictions today for Tuesday. It is March 5th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. Come and learn the 5 fundamentals of sports handicapping from the Raymond Report, and that is about value, percentage play, the performance cycles, player availability, and we use a strict money management system. Come and check it out today at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to your NHL report here today for Tuesday, March 5th. We're going to go to the computer picks, and speaking of the computer picks, let's see how they've done in the last 100 releases. 58% straight up, which is pretty good. Phenomenal at the puck line, 69%, and then the over-under is a coin flip at 51%. We track our picks each and every day, and you can get that in the dashboard. Once you go to your dashboard, go to Ron's favorites, and actually, you know what? It's betting tools. Last 100 games, and it's going to take you to the records on how the computer picks have been doing. All right, let's kick it off in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins are going to host the Columbus Blue Jackets as a 233 favorite. I'm listed at minus 170 on my value index, so you can see Pittsburgh a little bit overvalued coming off that big Western road swing. And tonight, the Columbus Blue Jackets are they're coming off a 6-3 win over the Vegas Golden Knights, so we'll see if they can keep momentum going. They're on a 2-game win streak right now, so good job for the Blue Jackets. And we're going to lean, however, with the Penguins, 3.4 to 3.09 the over-under, listed at 6.55, so we do like this game to go over the total. And Pittsburgh coming in on a 3-game losing streak, and they are 4-6 straight up in their last 10 contests. All right, game of the night will be in New Jersey, where the Devils are going to host the Florida Panthers, the red-hot Florida Panthers, who are now riding a 5-game win streak. They are 9-1 straight up in their last 10 games. And for the Devils, they're coming off a bad 5-1 loss to the LA Kings, and they are now 4-6 straight up in their last 10. And tonight, we're going to lean with the road team. Man, Florida's been playing a lot of hockey. I think this might be their 3rd game in 4 nights. I'm going to have to check that. I'll check it out at the end with the rain report. But seems like Florida's been playing a lot of hockey lately. But they are 3.4 to 2.8 the over-under to 6.38 on the forecast. So we do have this game staying under the total. And your Kogo, this chance of game going over the total is listed right now at 43% on the percentage play. All right, let's go to Boston, where Beantown are going to host the Edmonton Oilers. That's right. The Boston Bruins going to be a home underdog tonight against Connor McDavid and the Oilers. 123 is the line. I had minus 149 here on the Oilers, so getting a little bit of a discount here on Edmonton. 6.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Oilers here. 3.5 to 2.7 the over-under at 6.29. So we do have this game staying under the total. Looking at Edmonton now off that big 6-1 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I'm going to show you at the end of the show, there's a couple of things I'm going to show you. One thing I like to do is I like to see how favorites coming off situation this season, and it's a great way to handicap, to find indicators to lead you to the right path to making selections. So stick around near the end. I'm going to show you a great betting tool that you can use. All right, so coming off that 6-1 loss win, and they are now on a 4-game win streak. And Boston Bruins, they're coming off a 4-1 win over the Toronto, so big win because they've been neutral for a few, probably like 10 days or something. I'll take a look there. But big win on Saturday night against the Leafs. 4-1 was the final. All right, St. Louis Blues had them on the puck line last night. Nice win here for the Rain Report with our premium picks. And New York Islanders minus 179. And they're 5-5 in the last 10 games. But you know what? Ever since they got Patrick Waugh, you can tell this team is a little bit more competitive. 3-game win streak right now, and we do have them winning tonight, 3.07 to 2.45. The over-under at 5.52. So we do have this game going over the total tonight. Used to say Long Island, but they've been changing the arena so long, I don't even know if it's on Long Island anymore. All right, minus 164 is the line, 5.5 is the total. And we're going to go with the Winnipeg Jets over the Seattle Kraken, 3.05 to 2.6, the over-under at 5.71. So we do have this game going over the total. Looking at the Jets right now, 8-2 straight up in their last 10. You know what? The one thing I really love about betting on Winnipeg is this team is never really out in a game. You saw it over the weekend in Carolina, with down 3-0, come back to win against Buffalo. Tight game, 2-1 going to the third. Had the under in that game, I was swearing that one. You know, when you look at a game, you think, okay, it's in the bag, and next thing you know, 2 empty net goals, and you're like, geez, the betting gods were not with us on that game on Sunday. But at the end of the day, if you're a Winnipeg fan, you're smiling like a butcher's dog because your team is doing very well. and they're coming off that big win, 5-2 over the Sabres. And we got them winning over Seattle, 3.05, 2.6, 5.71. And looking now, they're 8-2 straight up in the last 10. Minus 206 was my value index, and you can see they're minus 164. While Seattle coming off a 4-2 win over the Calgary Flames last night. We had Seattle also on our puck line, so we did very well there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens tonight in the Peg. All right, let's go to Nashville, taking on the Habitat de Montréal, the Montreal Canadiens at the Bell. No, it's not at the Bell Center. It'll be in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Bridgestone Arena. And minus 204 is the line, 6.5 is the total. And we're going to lean with the Preds in this one, 3.85 to 2.4, the over-under, listed at 6.34. So we do like this game to go under the total. And looking at the Habs right now, they're struggling. 2-8 straight up in the last 10, while the Nashville Predators, don't look now, they're 8-2 in their last 10, and they're riding an 8-game win streak. So, hey, things are going well for the Nashville Predators right now. Arizona finally snapped that 14-game win streak here in Ottawa last week. Last Friday night, they beat the Sens, but they also beat Washington 5-2. Now they're starting a 2-game win streak. And the Chicago Blackhawks, well, they're riding a 7-game low. That's right, they've lost 7. They're only 1-9 straight up in their last 10 contests. And we do have Arizona winning this one, 3.9 to 2.9, the over-under at 6.82. Kings taking on the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks, man, they're a little bit bearish right now. 2-8 in the puck line, 4-6 straight up. And, yeah, they haven't covered the puck line in 8 games. Tonight, they're going to be a pick and price against the Kings, who are playing some really good hockey right now, 7-3 straight up in their last 10, off a 5-1 victory over New Jersey. And we do have the Canucks winning this one. Look at this, 2.9 to 2.7, the over-under at 5.75. And the final game at the Shark Tank tonight, where the Dallas Stars coming in as a big favorite, minus 400. Take that car payment loan and put it on the Dallas Stars, because that's what we need to win $100. 3.7 to 2.8, the over-under at 6.64. Dallas, 2-game win streak. 4-6, though, in their last 10 games. Haven't been really that good. And you know what? You know how hard it is to be consistent throughout the whole entire hockey season without going through a hiccup? You know, you saw Tocchet talk about it the other night, right? The team was struggling. I think Dallas is struggling just a bit, too. And San Jose, 1-9. That is struggling, too. They're on a 7-game losing streak. But we'll see what happens tonight. I think Dallas takes care of business here. All right, I want to show you that. So go to your dashboard, and this is one thing I do each and every day when I handicap my games. I'm a system player, and I like the law of averages, right? Because in this world of parity, you can handicap all the players, everything, the angles. Your numbers game. We're playing numbers here. And A, B, C, right? Always be closing. And A-type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B-type teams in the rain report, 50 to 59.9. And C-type teams are teams below 500. And at the end of the day, you are what your record says you are, right? If you're a team that wins 56% of your games, well, that's the chance you have of winning your bet in my view, right? So let's go to NHL. Let's do home favorites. So let's say we get a home favorite, and let's say that team is coming off a 3-goal loss, right? Say a home favorite's coming off a 3-goal loss, and I'll use one game as an example there. There's one game I saw that was at 5-1, or it was at 7-2, it was a 5-goal loss. So current season. All right, and then what I want to see is like that. Whoever's in that situation, they got a 54-37 record, 53-38. Now, let me go back here, and I'm gonna jump between browsers here. So let me go to my NHL, and this is one way I start the day when I start handicap. Okay, so let's look at Pittsburgh, right? That's a big favorite. I don't want to use those big favorites. 4-2, 5-1. All right, here's a good one. So Edmonton coming off a 5-goal win on the road, right, at home. So let's go to road favorites, right? Road favorites. And isn't this the back-to-back games? Oh, no, it was Pittsburgh. Okay. And a 5 or more goal win. All right, let's do that. 5 or more goal win this season. What's the record? 4-9. Wow, 3-10. So this is a great example to use, because in your mind, think like a bookmaker. What's the bookmaker thinking? The Edmonton's coming off a big 6-1 victory. The Bruins, they beat Toronto 4-1 at in Toronto. So why is Edmonton favored, right? Off that 5-goal win against Pittsburgh, and they're on a 4-game win streak. So you can see how the bookmaker's thinking and how the recreational players thinking, right? They're thinking, wow, Edmonton's is coming off that big 5-goal win over Crosby and company. Man, they're going to Boston. They should be able to beat Boston. Boston's a good team. Boston's a very good team. What are they in their year? 36-27. So let me take a look at that. 3-10 against the puck line, 4-9, and 4-9 to the under. So there's a good way to start your handicapping right now. So now you're saying to yourself, but Ron, Edmonton, man, they're a really good hockey team. I don't know if I want to go against an A-type team, but Boston, pretty good team as well. Let's see what Boston's situation is. And the way I like to do this is I like to see how other teams this season, I like to use the current season because that's who's who in the zoo this year, right? Other teams in other seasons, it's a little bit different. We don't know what happened in those seasons. In this season here, you're playing with the same deck of cards with all the players in the cards, right? Way of putting it. But let's take a look at the home underdogs this year, coming off was it a 2-goal win or 3-goal win? All right, so home underdogs coming off a 3-goal win this season. What's the situation here? Survey says, and we're just rolling around here. There we go. 11-22, 22-11 against the point spread, against the number, right? So not a really good home record right here. 13-9. How about we do this here? How about we add another criteria? Let's do 6.5 as a total. Let's do 6.5 as a total to see. Let's see if we have a good lean towards a pick here. 6.5 as a total. 6-16, 12-10. 9-13 to the under. So of all the things right now, I think the under is where I'd be leaning. And let's see, there wasn't a lot of things for the road favorite coming off a 5 or more goal win, right? So I'm gonna add the total in that one too. Let me see here, 5 or more. Where's my thing here? 5 or more goal win. All right, and the total 6.5. 3-8 to the under, 2-9 at point spread. So be careful on Edmonton tonight. I think the under is where you want to lean. And one last thing, we'll go back to that game. And again, just showing you guys a way to handicap. So this way, when you are handicapping your game, you got to go find indicators, right? We're dealing with numbers. You got to get inside the numbers. You got to go get the technicals. And for me, it's all about numbers. Because at the end of the day, when you follow the Raymond report, shopper value, play to percentages, performance cycles, player availability, right? Who's available? Always the line will always tell you if the star player or a great starting goalie's out. And use the money management system. But let's take a look at this game here tonight, right? So minus 149 is the value on the game, 123, right? So again, why is Edmonton undervalued? They should be 149 because anytime Edmonton's on the road this year against another B-type team, the average line was 149. Now it's 123, okay? So you got to think about that. What's the record against B-type teams? 3-3. All right, it's okay on the road, right? Boston against the Alphas. Look at that. When Boston takes on the top dogs in the NHL, they step up their game. 5-1, 4-2 in the puck line, 2-4 to the under. So you see how all these unders are starting to indicators are starting to pop up on the checklist. You got to do all this handicapping, and you got to see where these indicators are pointing towards you, right? And my last one I like to look at this: Boston against Edmonton. Last 10 head-to-head meetings, 80% of the games have gone under. So maybe the under is where you want to lean tonight in that game. And I want to see how Edmonton does against non-conference teams on the road. 5-5 to the under this year. And Boston at home against non-conference opponents, 7-7. And the reason why I look at that is because sometimes when you play a non-conference foe, you're not as worried about giving up that extra point in overtime, right? Because that team is not going to hurt you in the standings, sort of thing. All right, so you know what? I think under is where you want to go in this one. All right, so I know a little long-winded today, and the guys go, I just want the picks, Ron. Just give me the picks. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta look. I always say, you want to learn how to fish, or you just want to buy your fish, right? It's like making picks. And one thing I like to do on these shows and these podcasts is teach people how to fish. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the podcast today. It is Tuesday, March 5th. And again, come and check out the website. We have some great articles, trends, and power ratings all here at atsstats.com. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report. Cheers.